Train the computer. Okay, now we're live. Okay, so do you want to start by telling me the grant thing? This is your oncologist or your PCP? I still can't remember. Where do you want to start?
Yeah, okay, so where should I start? Should I start back when I was feeling terrible, or should I start
Why don't
with
you
today?
tell me about the more, let's just talk about today. Today feels like
Okay.
a pretty, a pretty typical swing
Swing day.
Yeah, it's full breadth of humanity.
Yeah, so 8:30 this morning, I'm not used to getting up that early.
Mm-hmm.
And 8:30 this morning, I had this appointment with my cancer counselor. And so my daughter wants me to be in therapy because she says that I am I have suicidal ideation. Mm-hmm. And so she wants me to be in therapy. So I got this guy. And so it's really a compromise to have cancer counseling because I was a cancer counselor, and I know that cancer counselors can listen to whatever you want to talk about.
and counselors sometimes need counselors. There's the point there. Okay,
that's right.
Go ahead.
So anyway, I talked to him and I cried through the whole thing because I was just really processing all the stuff that happened at Thanksgiving, which was just really heartbreaking. And right after my hour with him, I was still crying, and I came and I was packing to come over here, mm-hmm. and I came out and I just and Jeremy was there, and he said, "What's the matter, Mom?" Mm-hmm. And I said, "Oh, honey, it's just me. It's not you. It's just mm-hmm. me." And I said, I just want to apologize for any mm-hmm. woundedness I have caused you, and I feel real bad about it, but I'm determined to get better. Mm-hmm. And I was just weeping, and he said, "Oh, Mom, I'm sorry." He said, I shouldn't go off on you. I should get myself together, and I said, "Don't you worry about you. It's not about you. It's about me." Mm-hmm. And anyway, and then I left, and I came. You picked me up, mm-hmm. and I was really, really, really sad, mm-hmm. and down, mm-hmm. and when I went in to see Brant, I was feeling that way, and mm-hmm. I told him, I said, "I'm just so depressed, and I just mm-hmm. can't find anything to live for." Mm-hmm. And he modified his treatment mm-hmm. to address that. Mm-hmm. And in addressing it, he blew it all away. It just yeah. Instead of stuck. It just flowed right out of me. It's almost like he put the electricity in the needle, mm-hmm. and it just cleared my vibration, So and it was today. Yeah, and so and that's it's a new agey way of putting it, but I do feel like he raises my vibration, mm-hmm. and I come away feeling more vibrant, mm-hmm. and looking more vibrant, and acting more vibrant, and just having more life force and hope. Yeah. I just when I went in there, I was just feeling hopeless, like mm-hmm. The weight of this whole Thanksgiving mm-hmm. experience was mm-hmm. really weighing on me. Yeah. And he just blew it all away. So, it's... To be fair, though, you also did the thing this morning with Jeremy. The mom
the right mom thing to do, which is like, I'm doing my work and I'm sorry for the ways that I hurt you, and I'm doing the best that I can. And, you know,
that's really all I can do. And that's all I can
and then
say.
for him, I bet that's partly what opened his heart to be able to do differently, you know, as well, and to see you a little differently. And, you know, sometimes you just got to spew your shit out. And you know, I always said, you know, people would be like, why do you let your daughter talk to you like that? And I mean, she's having a really fucking hard time. And I want her to feel safe with me, kind of no matter what she says. I love her through it. And I know that it's not really as much about me as it might sound. I'm just here for her. And if that's how she feels, that's how she feels. But she feels safe to be whatever with me.
That's really a nice way of thinking about it. And I don't know that I think about it all that nice a way.
Well, it took me a while to get there. I mean, it doesn't mean it doesn't hurt it didn't hurt my feelings, but you know, my hope is that because she hopefully she consistently felt that I was like, I love you no matter what. And yeah, you can see that, you know, I'm crying, like I'm starting to tear up and, you know, whatever, but I'm doing my best to, anyway. So good job, you know.
Yeah, so I did that. And then I got all nice and cleaned out by Brent, and now I have this opportunity to have an evening with my friends.
Yes, you're gonna have a sleepover.
Yeah.
With us. And I mean, I was very excited to hear that, you know, Brent said how weak your pulses had been. And, you know, I'm guessing that's when you were doing 2 sessions a month. And then, you know, so in a 6-week period, maybe even that whole 6 weeks, about 6 weeks, you know, you've done closer to 8 or 10 because there were a couple weeks you did 2. And, and yeah, here's the result. Now Brant, who never lost faith, he always had faith that, you know, he could really help you a lot. But, the fact that you kept coming out of there like, I feel like I was shot out of a cannon. This morning I walked in and I said, this is my last session, Brant. I'm dying in a couple of days. And then I come out and I'm like, let's organize my craft room. You know, like same day. So, and so I got to see that a bunch of times, you know, but also sometimes there was at least once that I took you that you know, were roughly the same shape after, but I still was really, I mean, it doesn't have to be miraculous every time for it to be super beneficial.
No.
And it's been beneficial. I mean, now here you are, like you've had a bunch of clearings, and you've gotten to have a lot of stuff come up, and you have this faith, you know, this person who you can trust because he's brought you back before. Yeah. I mean, he's partly what gave you these past 5 years, right?
He's so much better than a therapist. I mean,
because he's with your energy, with your body. He's not trying to get you to verbalize everything.
No. He's like working with what we've got and moving forward. You know, and how are you going to move forward but to raise your vibration? You know, to in a real way.
I love that you put it that way.
It's without like toxic joy, you know. Oh yes, I'm happy.
I don't want to scare my therapist by saying how I really fucking feel, because they'll label it suicidal ideation when it's really like I just don't want to live like this anymore. Help me through this dark patch instead of getting scared of me.
Yeah.
But there's something about the expertise and the orientation towards your full system health, your body, spirit, soul, mind.
And I've been working with him for, like you say, for 5 years, and he knows me inside and out.
Huge too.
He knows all of my energetics, you know, and I don't know. He's just such an intuitive energy doctor, you know, along with the acupuncture. It's just,
and he appears to be fairly young, so hopefully he's not going to retire soon.
Right.
Brant Stuckley at River West Acupuncture. There was something else. So, also I just like, unless you want to say something else, I want to talk
I
about
want to
like
say
artsy stuff.
Brant Stickley.
I don't, thank you. I don't know what I said.
You said Stuckley.
Stuckley.
It's
Okay.
Stickley. and you can go to brantstickley.com, and that's how you make your
And I'll
appointments.
make sure
and
it's in the
stuff.
description and stuff too.
Yeah.
So some of the other huge exciting things that have happened in this past 6 weeks we've had 3 card soirees
Yeah.
where you got all jazzed and you brought all your amazing
Right.
cool craft stuff and you taught a bunch of us how to make cards, and then we
Right.
restocked you on your beautiful cards, and then
Yeah.
so I'm gonna go get some of those real quick. But what else might you want to say about card soirees, or how you're getting back into your artistic side has been helpful? Or
Yeah. Well, so we started the card soirees to fund my visits to Brant Stickley, and it has done such a wonderful job. A lot of people have just given me $120 for a session, which has been wonderful. So I've gotten quite a few sessions that way, and so the cards have just sort of, it's just sort of a way to thank you for supporting me any way you support me in any of the resources that I'm needing and requesting. It doesn't just have to be in money.
Mm-hmm.
And so
let's make sure that looks okay. Yeah, that looks all right. And then let's talk about resource raising. I brought the cards. Oh, they're right there. And we started talking about this more than a year ago. And I was like, come on, Jeanette, you say you have 600 cards. Let's get some of those. You should be selling those. Oh, no. I'm just going to send them to people. Like, but no, seriously, like you could raise money for your treatments. Oh, no. I'm just going to send them to people. So it took me a while to get you on board. I'm trying to look for some of the ones. I don't know if you want to pick out some of your favorites. There's a bunch in here. Oh, I have a bunch that you have to sign still. Ooh, here's that really pretty tree one you liked. I love this little sparkles. Are those little sparkles showing up?
The little snowman.
Oh, yeah, it's showing up a bit.
Yeah.
And these have been so fucking fun to make. And we just sit around and we talk and we laugh and we learn these techniques and
Did you show this?
I don't think so. And then Jeanette gets to really let her creativity. I'm trying to pick up the sparkle and the luminescence. She gets to do her creativity, and so she's like, I just made like 60 cards. I just sat in my room all day long and just created. But I love how that you weren't.
Did you show yet? There's the
You weren't doing a lot of art, and then now you're back
Yeah,
at it,
back
and you're
at it.
just So I love that you people can get these amazing cards, and we have mostly a lot of holiday stuff, but you'll be going back to. We'll do Valentine's soon.
Yeah, next we'll do that Valentine's Day, but I love Valentine's, but I'm really liking these Christmas cards. They're different.
And each one's unique.
Each one's unique.
Yeah.
And so if you still need Christmas cards, please let me know soon so we can get them out to you.
And so the things to be clear about is, and in the description I'll put like these details. So yes, you're absolutely welcoming funds, like fundraising. You're welcoming that. You'll turn that around to, acupuncture appointments. Hopefully we can get you back with those pain patches that were so helpful, the anti-inflammation ones, but also like drivers to get you out of Clackamas and to appointments, but also just to get out and do errand hangs with folks and go do art together, like at your house or theirs or whatever. But it's about like play dates and companionship and being of service, like a resource raising instead of fundraising is opening up to all the different ways that somebody can be of service, can give back, can donate, can show their love, can there's so many ways to do that, and it's
Right.
it's the rides, it's the help, it's the companionship,
Groceries.
it's getting groceries, or gift cards to buy that stuff. But more than that, it's if you like, for me, some of the resource raising I need is I need a newer computer, a Mac that's at least 15 inches that can still be updated,
Right,
and an
right.
iPad that's in really pretty good shape and can still be updated. Like, those sort of things, those are resources I need, but I would rather not raise the money and then turn around and spend the money. I would rather someone be like, I'm buying new equipment, I'll give you my old stuff.
Yeah.
And so that's how I want. And the other big way, and this directly affects you, is Azaria has the Eye Inside YouTube channel, and she makes incredible intuitive tarot and oracle readings, but her channel's not currently growing, and it's just because of the back end stuff. And then your channel, Mind Body Spa, is really so close to being launched. We've got a ton of videos ready to put on it, but you kind of need the same things, and that is ideally it'd be a volunteer, and it could be somebody who already knows how to do any of the YouTube's back end stuff, whether it's editing or just doing all the preparing in the back, or writing descriptions, like all of it. But the thing is, I can train people, and so it's either somebody already knows how, or it's somebody like, I want to learn how, and you can volunteer and I'll show you how, and you'd be benefiting. If you want to help out with Azaria's channel, that's an option. If you want to help out with any of my channels, that's an option, with Jeanette's channels. And so yes, I want to help somebody learn truly marketable skills, and they're practicing on all of our stuff and helping all of us get rolling. And that again is this more of this act of service, community-based, supporting each other. If somebody's like, I've got time and I like driving, let's go. I'm going to go get Jeanette and we're going to go for a play date and take her to the acupuncture. And, would be an amazing gift.
It would be a wonderful
and like you said, you want people to come over and craft. And man, it's so freaking fun to get back into crafting, but then it's also fun that we know, like, okay, we're going to, somebody is going to give you some donation of something, and you're going to send them some cards. and so people can have these beautiful, one-of-a-kind, handmade with love, either by Jeanette or one of her many happy elves. And so, they just need to, we'll put the actual contact info in the description, but they'll need their name and their address, and how many cards they want, but you'll pay first, either through Venmo or however you want to resource. And say, I'm going to sign up for driving. What days next week could I drive? Be specific, be very specific, and then it's not just about money. It's about, like, Jeanette, I love making these things and I want people to have them. And if I have time or energy or some other resource you need, I want you to have that. That's resource building. That's community-based support. That's, that's all the things that I love to talk about.
I love
the new economic paradigm.
Yeah.
We will return to what's natural and healthy, human, not this fucking stupid capitalist bullshit. All right. So what else did you want to talk about? There was other stuff. We're gonna come over for. Oh, the Ikigai. You want to talk about the Ikigai stuff?
Oh, well, okay. All right. So one thing I would like to do is have an Ikigai book group. I would like to either listen or read Ikigai together and talk about some of the things, because there's so instead of doing psychoanalysis, Ikigai it helps you, like, to move forward to find a life purpose, which I've really been struggling with, now that I'm dying,
Or whatever you're doing. You're
whatever
dying, you're
I'm
living,
doing,
you're dying, you're living.
But I mean, I want to stay engaged in some kind of purpose in my life. And I don't, because otherwise I am going to die,
Yeah.
And
Makes sense.
it really is life-giving to have some kind of purpose. And that's what this book, Ikigai, is all about. And so I think it would be fun to have a group and just read a chapter and talk about it.
And the other thing you were saying is that we'll color or do
Yeah,
or
we'll
paint
color,
or whatever, because
we'll
your
paint.
hands could be busy
Yeah,
doing creative
We'll
stuff.
do creative stuff while we listen. I've got it on.
Do you know the author's name? Because there were several things called Ikigai, and so I wasn't sure which one. We can look it up if you
I'll
don't
look
know off
it
the
up.
top of your head.
I don't know it off the top of my
Because
head.
all I knew of
These-
Ikigai was
they're-
the Venn diagram.
They're foreign names.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Don't worry, we'll look it up. There was a couple that based on what you had told me, I think it's this one, but yeah, we'll check and we'll definitely put that in the description. And then I think what we'll do is you and I just will go ahead and schedule when it works for us to do this like book club, and we'll record it. And if there's people who are available and they want to either we have people that we would welcome in person, and then there's also like a whole do it by Zoom, and so we'll just schedule it and we'll record it so that if people can come, then they can come, and if it's recorded, then you arrive when you want to arrive. All time is at all times. Everything is happening all at once.
That's great.
And so we'll schedule that. We're not waiting for anything else. So I'm very excited about that because of it's what the world needs, what you love to do, what you're passionate about, what you can get paid for, and all in the middle there is the Ikigai.
Right.
But yeah, I love this book you were talking about.
Yeah.
What were some other ideas? So we name more craft parties.
Yeah.
But also I've been recording those so that, ideally those will be another thing that I can, the sooner the better. We could put it on Mind Body Spa, but we could start it on one of my channels for art of processing. Obviously it has to be an art of processing. I'll put the rough cut there. Mm-hmm. And then once we've got our volunteer, who wants to learn how to get the back thing from, get the video from video to actual produced, and it's simple. It's simple. It's all about Scrappy. I really like this little brief conversation I had with my assistant where I'm like, do not do too much, just good enough. Do not go for an A, that is too much. At best, reach for a B. And then I recently found a video about Dutch practices of something about sixes. You never go for more than a 6 out of 10. And if you did, you were trying too hard. Yeah. And so I want to learn more about that. But these are the kind of things we can do on the book club. And
Ikigai goes into some of that. It goes into wabi sabi, which is that.
I thought wabi sabi was like where something is broken and you glue it back together with gold or something.
No, wabi sabi basically says nothing is perfect, and so don't even strive for it. That whatever you're creating is perfect.
Right.
It's already
whatever
perfect.
Your idea is. That's all well and good, and that's how you're like aiming for it. But by not actually getting that specific idea is in no way, shape, or form failure. No. It was just something slightly different happened than your ego or your mind or your imagination said.
444.
444. Excellent.
Just wanted to make note of the fact that it's 444 and Hector Garcia and Francesca. I gotta get this. Hello, this is Jeanette. I thought it was Kaiser.
Okay, so it's already over.
Yeah.
Okay, so Hector Garcia and Francis something. I'm sure that might even be the one I already thought it was.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll put it in the description. Oh, your book.
I want, there we go.
Oh, that's a really pretty picture. The little things that add up to a long and happy life.
Yeah.
You don't lick your fingers to touch your
Hector
screen. That doesn't make it work better.
and friends. I was trying to read that. Can you read that?
I probably cannot. Francis.
Francesca.
Francesca. Yeah, we'll
Okay.
we'll link it.
Okay.
It might actually even all have title details. Okay. Hector Garcia, and it's not Francesca Morales. Anyway, info below. Don't go buy it until you click on one of my links, because then that's how we start to make money on all this stuff. Okay. I know you're excited and all. So yeah, I am super excited how it seems like all of these like little changes, seemingly little changes, like just getting you out of the basement more often, and getting you to the park, and or over here, taking you to acupuncture, making sure you had the funds you needed to go to acupuncture so that you could get to this point where now you're like, it's not just like money is great and that's helpful, but there's other ways I could benefit. Like you couldn't have necessarily like understood or received or whatever that before.
No.
But so now, yeah, drivers, volunteers to help with YouTube and stuff, companionship, artsy fartsy stuff. Go to the park. You need to get some more exercise. What's your exercise routine that you said you started?
Oh yeah, well, I paid for chair yoga.
Oh, okay, cool. It's online, I'm assuming.
It's online, and of course, I'm still on day 1, and I should be on day 3.
There's no should. I'm a big fan of repeating, and sometimes I don't leave the first one until I feel like I've got it a little bit. If you move forward too fast, you're not getting it.
Well, and these are actually pretty hard because they're having your arms out like this, and I'm really I'm very weak there, and this is a real painful stretch here. I'm really not stretching very much there. I don't have very good range of motion.
Is it live or recorded, or?
It's just a video.
Oh, okay. Well, I'd like to do that with you sometime.
Okay.
Because that would be taking me back to my roots when I was just recovering from all kinds of issues where I went to chair yoga or chair tai chi or something. But also, yeah, like I'm always thinking about, okay, well, on those days, or when it's one of my friends who's like having one of those days where like, oh, I can like nothing. I don't think I've got anything in me. If you've got some of the like your chakra balancing practice or you chair yoga, like I used to just lie on the floor and watch yoga videos, and that was as much as I could do, but it helped me learn the yoga so that when I could move, I could do it. But yeah, and I want to do that kind of stuff like together a bit more with folks, because like, yeah, then again, it's like we're doing stuff together, and it's just like resource share again. You're bringing your chair yoga, and then like, I don't know. Anyway,
yeah. So I've been doing that, and
I'm getting out to walk a little bit more.
Getting out to walk. I listened to a really, really good podcast on self-hypnosis.
Oh, okay.
And I realized that would be a tool that I could use. And so this company, his company is Reliance. And anyway, I'm gonna check out some self hypnosis, because I know that all of this trauma and drama is created in the mind.
It's stuck there.
Yeah.
Replace it. You got to push it out.
Yeah, you got to do something with it. You got to, take a scrubby to it, and so anyway, I'm going to do that.
Energetic clearing of your house with sage or something. You got to do that in your head sometime. I kind of visualized it one way that it helped me at one point when my head was full of just nasty fucking things, like really mean shit that I used to say to myself in my head. I like, oh, that's like, you know, I'm a hoarder. Like I'm a hoarder in my head of like the painful shit, and I don't want to be. I'm ready to let it go, but it's just like piles and piles of shit. My house is full of just crap. And so then I would visualize what it would look like as, you know, like sometimes I would just focus in one room and I would take it all out to the visual dumpster, and I would just like, you know, sometimes all I could do was like reduce it. Sometimes I could clear it and then, you know, maybe sweep the floor, whatever. But over time, the house went from this like, you know, this just full of literal shit and crap, just stuff, and it became a clearer and more open house in my mind, in my psyche, as I replaced all that shit with, you know, Pema Chodron and Thich Nhat Hanh and solfeggio, or like, any of the tools that I could find, Tara Brach, you know, radical acceptance, full catastrophe living, that I retrained so that I didn't repeat that hoarding routine that would fill my house up again. So I moved that shit out, replaced it.
It's a good way to do it.
So like I like to throw out lots of visual ideas of how something could look, because then something's gonna hit with somebody. You know, same idea, it's expressed differently. You know what we forgot to do? We forgot to take 3 deep breaths before we started prattling. It's also good to take a break every once in a while, and we've been like,
You know something? I need to eat.
yeah, you do. Oh,
Yeah.
you're hungry.
Yeah.
Cool.
I've got a sandwich right over
Okay,
there.
you just want what you've got. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Good.
And I'm gonna use the bathroom.
Okay. Do you feel like you've got any more you want to talk about, or you want me to turn this off?
I think I'm done.
Cool. All right, we'll get the watercolor stuff out. Or whatever. Whatever. Put all the info down as soon as I can. Oh, good.